Oh, she got the triangle. Oh, very stressful. That was stressful, wasn't it?
Yes. No, you know what?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm John Namchi, and welcome to part 3 of making the Hutch Foundation Computer Lab. Now, in this series, I take on the daunting task of turning a storage room into a vibrant technology space, and I share all the lessons from all the highs and lows of their journey. Now, if you remember from last episode, we took the time to celebrate our wins and made a beautiful mural behind one of the computers, and that just gave me so much gratitude and so much momentum to keep going forward in this process. Then, when I showed it to James, who's the director of this center, he clued me in on how much history of this foundation that I've actually put on the wall. So not only is that amazing, but today we get to push that further with a much more difficult task though, which is to fix all these boxes and get them all the way to the back of the room. Now this time it is going to be a pretty big task and it's going to take a lot of physical effort. So I think it's better, instead of going at it alone, I should try and recruit some friends to help me out. And actually that's going to be the main point of this video, which is to really work together with people. That's really when the fun stuff and the beauty comes out in a lot of important things. Not only is it great to just do something, with other people and have that relationships be fostered and to keep you kind of going, you also don't know all the amazing things different people can bring to you. And in this case, this would be ideas for how this lab is going to turn out, and also where we could put the boxes and make more space for different things that we could add to this room. So yeah, I'm really excited to get these kids coming in. They're pretty strong. They're basketball players, ready to get them working out, doing something physical. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And after that, I think that we're going to have lots of space in this room, with all these boxes moved over there and, most of the stuff cleaned up. I think it's going to be awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that. All right, so as we got started moving things around, I learned quite a few things about the beauty of bringing people together. The first was the unexpected level of creativity and problem solving. When you bring people together, each individual gets to contribute a unique set of strengths, skills, and knowledge. This diverse mix of perspectives is something you cannot underestimate, because it's what sparks innovation in the most unexpected ways. People are just expressions of their genes and life experiences that are so different to yours, so that means they will come up with things that you'll never be able to imagine on your own. That also means that you should never try to predict what will happen when you bring people together. You should just have a general excitement for what could happen. So when we started this today, I thought I was just going to get some helping hands with heavy boxes, but instead I got lots of great insights on optimizing this space, like where to put a hangout space in the room and what could motivate the students to stay and learn technology in this room going forward. I have to give them credit. I expected them to be pretty unwilling to help and uninterested in what the room had to offer. But I was dead wrong. My assumptions were so far from reality that it really hit me how you can't set expectations for people you've never taken the time to get to know yet, let alone what will happen when you put a few of them together in the same room. This spontaneous emergence of creativity in a group is also rooted in our anthropological makeup. Our ancestors learned that collaboration meant not only survival, but the thriving and growth of a vibrant community. Looking at it this way, creativity becomes a natural byproduct of working together, which paves the way towards solutions that work in everybody's frame of reference. So really, this collaborative process is less about following a set plan, and more about embracing the unexpected contributions that will inevitably come from working closely with one another. Now, the next thing that really hit home for me was this idea of collective resilience. It's no secret that facing tough challenges becomes less overwhelming when you share the load with others, yes. With a difficult task ahead, it certainly feels much less daunting when you see others are with you in the experience. And so while we all do struggle indeed, I think the key here is that together, we don't let that struggle bring us down. Think of it in this way. If you and another person are going through the same difficulty, and you intrinsically have a positive viewpoint towards your fellow struggler, this will prevent your own mind from faulting itself as a result of the struggle too. Going through it together puts you on an equal playing field of intrinsic value as humans, and this takes the power away from the struggle to hurt you. This happened a few times with me today. After moving tons of boxes and feeling like no progress was made, I would stand and catch my breath. But during that time, I'd have this feeling that, okay, these kids are also doing this with me right now. And out of this instinctual feeling, I'd realize that I am just okay. I'm doing great actually. So I'd go on to keep moving more boxes. And to add to that, Witnessing others confront similar challenges really does reassure you that you are not isolated in your struggle. This shared experience is a powerful motivator, as each person's determination and resilience reinforces your own. It's almost like being in the same team instills a deep sense of communal purpose, and this gives me the strength and energy to get through any difficult situation I come across, along with my friends. Now, to tack on to that point, a similar theme that I really found was relevant here too was this idea of mutual accountability. From our earliest days as hunter-gatherers, every member's contribution was critical to the success of the group. Over time, this sense of duty to our tribe developed within us. And now, when you work in a group today, that same human instinct becomes a powerful motivator. In this context, each step forward is not just an action, but a statement of mutual trust and shared responsibility towards your squad. We've all felt this feeling before, right? It kind of feels like a mixture of duty and compulsion. Like those war movie scenes where, the army platoon is running and the main character struggles to keep up. We've all been there, right? We don't want to let the group down, so we push to keep running. In the same way, when we see others moving boxes, we continue with our efforts and we look not to disappoint anyone. And really, my point is not even about if people will get disappointed or not. It's more about the value in using that natural human instinct as a boost for your productivity in a way that's mentally cohesive too. Doing things knowing you have generations of evolution backing you up is a great hack to free energy in my book. Also, a dedicated group helps with general accountability towards your mission as well. When many people have an underlying agreement that they're working towards something, it means that goal is somewhat proven already because many others agree with it. If everyone here is agreeing to help out moving the boxes out of the way, then it must mean they see value in creating this computer lab. So, especially when I feel down or discouraged, I draw back on this fact to remind myself that indeed, we are going in the right direction here. And finally, to close off what I learned in this process, and probably one of the most important points, is this idea of building relationships and sense of meaning towards each other. The biggest thing I didn't realize I'd learn about going into this was how much more I would get to know the other students in this community. Throughout the session, I got to see them laugh and argue during intense moments. I learned more about their interests and got to see their raw, unfiltered selves from overhearing their conversations too. I also learned that these students loved books and read a lot of the same stories I did when I was a young kid. We unpacked a lot of boxes of old novels, and it brought back a ton of nostalgia from their childhood days. We spent a few minutes reading and talking about a few of those books, and I even got to learn about a few well-known childhood series I didn't know about. The real kicker, though, was that I learned how much depth and substance each of these students had. Like every other person, these students had their own hopes, dreams, and fears about life ahead. They valued intellectual ideas and actually thought deeply about the things they cared about. Behind the hardened, no-care attitude many of us give off in such environments, there stood someone who actually did care about their future. This really inspired me, and it gave me the courage to tell them more about myself and share stories about my difficult journey getting into tech. What I loved most, though, is that we developed great familiarity with each other, and it started to feel like they could see me as a friend rather than just a supervisor, which is all I really want at the end of the day. To close things off, I also think this activity will bring them closer to using this room in a more educational setting, and give them the opportunity to do great things in the room and the resources that we'll provide for them. As we all invest in the room, so will we invest in our use of it and in ourselves, and I see their trust in me slowly growing as a result of it. So first, we'll get to know each other and have fun together in the room, and then eventually, they will trust me when I say that learning coding is going to be instrumental for giving them a leg up in life too. So yeah, that's what I learned working together and, moving the boxes around this room. It was truly a great experience, and I'm very happy with the progress we made and the relationships we developed along the way.
Yes.
Oh, she got the triangle. You got time. You got more than enough time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, honestly, after that was so much fun. We got so much done. All these boxes moved around. It may not look like much right now, but I really think that this room is coming together. There's basically now a lot of space in the middle here, and we have these tables that are going to be used for something eventually. Oh, nice. You got it. Nice. Let's go. She just won the umbrella challenge of Honeycomb and Squid Game. That's awesome. Very stressful. That was stressful, wasn't it?
Yes.
Very stressful.
No, you know what? You jinxed it.
Amazing, amazing. So yeah, what's great is this room's already being put to great use. I think pretty easy to get people into here once you set up things nicely. So that's also really great. Now back to kind of the group effort. It was just pretty easy just working together and kind of getting to know everyone. It was a lot of fun too. There was a lot of heavy boxes that we got to move to the back. So yeah, now with all the boxes moved out, there's a lot of space in here. And I think we just need to add a couple finishing touches to make the space pretty nice. We got some coloring stuff that we kept here. I might want to move those around in the room somewhere. And as you can see here, there's so much space in this little corridor now. So we're definitely gonna be able to put more chairs and kind of have like a hangout area. We also have my desk area, which I'm gonna create. So that's gonna be where I sit and basically just supervise really. Yeah, and at this point, there's just a bunch of like knickknacks all around. So we're gonna just clean that up, kind of clean up the space, maybe sweep it at some point. And then actually we have this wall here. This wall here is a blank canvas. So we're gonna be putting some artwork up there too. I think next week what we're gonna try and do, probably do some artwork together, get the kids in again and get them making some posters, or maybe use the computers to actually design something, using Canva or something. I think that could be really cool too. Overall, they had so much fun. And as you can see, they enjoyed it. They were hanging out. It was a good time. And I think I got to get to know them a little bit better too. I got to learn their names, see what they're about, kind of hear their conversations. And it's great just kind of getting more comfortable with the place. Also, as an added motivation, I told them I'll be bringing them pizza next time. And probably in the weeks going forward too, because that's definitely, a plus, and that would get them, I guess, more motivated or more attractive. That definitely motivated them here today to move the boxes. So that was great. And yeah, it was just really fun, just very gratifying. And again, just kind of working together kind of adds a bit more meaning to what, I've been doing. I feel like, not doing it alone and having people kind of work together with me and, add some validation and a lot of really good feelings just in general. So yeah, that was really, really great. And I can't wait to see how this room continues to evolve. And yeah, after all of that, then we probably are going to be able to concentrate on how we're actually going to use this room. How are we going to get the course going? How are we going to get students or people to just, use the computers in different ways? And yeah, as time goes on, who knows how this thing can grow. But, doing things together was really, really great. It was really fun. I didn't really feel like it was much work either. And I think, the saying, if you want to go quick, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together, really holds true there. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.